Welcome back to Chasing My Potential, where I help you discover those knowledge gaps massively holding you back. Whether that be the small technical details or decision making, we cover it all, leaving no stone unturned. Today, we're looking at both Ronaldo's and Messi's individual clips in this El Clasico back in 2015 that finished 3-1 to Madrid. And this analysis will show why it's so hard to compare Messi and Ronaldo. You will see how different both players' playing style are, with how they affect the game in such different ways. And we'll be breaking down some individual bits of brilliance that stood out in the game from all players. So whatever position you play, you'll get something out of this. In the first minute, we see Messi playing as a false nine. Instead of playing the safe pass, Dani Alves breaks the line to find Messi in tons of space. We see him have a scan here to see if any of the centre-backs are following. As he turns with the ball, Suarez makes a blindside run to vacate the space for Messi. We see him relaxed on the ball, assessing the situation. Now, sensing the pressure from the side and no opportunity ahead, he does a body feint over the ball and chops the ball back against the defender's momentum. Now, look at this brilliance from Iniesta. As he controls the ball, he sees Modric's momentum closing down Messi. He uses Messi as bait, receiving the ball with an open body position, mimicking a pass, before chopping the ball through the gap, just avoiding the stretched leg. Now spotting Suarez's double movement. Fake move towards the ball, fooling Ramos to follow before spinning in behind on the blind side. And Ramos does well to block it. Pepe clears the ball and finds Ronaldo, who drives all the way with the ball to here. But notice the line he takes. His first touch is backwards towards his own goal on an angle. His second one infield, keeping the ball away from Xavi. And he ends up running on this line as he didn't manage to cut across Xavi here. In the second minute, the ball turned over, play with 6 Madrid players out of position. We can see Messi dropping into this zone and Ramos, smelling the danger, doesn't follow. Messi now receives the ball free again. As soon as he turns, he reads a chasing defender and does a big touch into space. As the defender catches up, he does a stretch touch to poke the ball away from the incoming tackle. The defender does a slide tackle and Messi puts his right leg out to block the sliding tackle, before then tapping the ball away instantly, and then lays the ball off, which brings us to the first goal of this game. Suarez's football IQ, recognising Madrid's overload on this side of the pitch, and finds Neymar with this pinpoint pass. His first touch couldn't be better, facing the defender up straight away. Neymar cuts against Carvajal's momentum. Here we see Carvajal is running across to get set, and Neymar takes advantage. For those who've took the dribbling course, you'll know this defender type as the defender running to get set. Now straight into a fake shot, threatening a shot between this gap to get Pepe out of the way, who goes to block here. And at the same time, Messi is making a blindside run, dragging Modric out of the centre space for a potential reverse pass from Neymar here. A big touch with the inside of his foot horizontally, the perfect line for the far corner finish. Hips open with his standing foot just outside of the far post to guide the ball perfectly into the bottom corner, brushing off the inside of the post. In the 4th minute, Ronaldo is running down the line before cutting inside Dani Alves and getting a free kick. Notice how Dani Alves' hips are facing the goal line. Ronaldo spots this cue, cuts inside immediately, touching the ball again, leaving no time for Alves to quickly spin and stretch out a leg. He then stretches a leg out, poking the ball away from Piqué, who was engaged, ready to take a bite. In the 6th minute, Messi is found between the lines again. For you midfielders, watch this. Here the gap is closed. Xavi plays a simple bounce pass with Busquets. At first, this looks pointless, but it's how these little passes affect the opposition. Remember, Pep Guardiola says, we pass the ball, not to move the ball, but to move the opposition. The pass takes his marker now towards Busquets. As he receives the ball, the gap is much bigger now, wasting no time with plenty of disguise. He pokes the ball through the gap, finding Messi, who spots the right back trying to run off his marker. Messi lays the ball off and runs on the blind side, bounces the ball back, with the marker now attracted to the ball, makes another blindside run. Sensing pressure from behind again, stretches to poke the ball to avoid the tackle, also cutting in front of him. Marcelo stays patient backing off and picks up the loose ball from Messi's mistake. From a throw-in, straight after, Messi and Alves at it again. Messi now controls the ball, delays for a split second to draw in the defender, before going from 0 to 100, bursting away with the ball, winning the foul. In the 7th minute, Ronaldo plays straight out wide, one touch. But it's the start of this attack for you defenders which is important. Instead of Ramos approaching the ball at this angle, making it obvious where he wants to go, he runs around the ball, opening up his hips here, mimicking a pass here. All whilst watching how the striker's reacting. Then at the last second plays a sharp cut pass to Modric, who takes the ball perfectly, scanning beforehand, seeing Ronaldo behind the line and also no pressure on him so he can turn. In the 8th minute, Barca win the ball back and Piqué breaks the line with this aggressive pass, which Suarez amazingly plays first time. Messi with a heavy touch, giving a foul away. In the 10th minute, Ronaldo facing up Dani Alves. 2 step-overs and Alves stays patient, but is now more square. Now a step-over and a body feint down the line, threatening this space. Ronaldo chops against his momentum and gets a yard of space for a great cross with Benzema hitting the woodwork twice. In the 11th minute, Ronaldo picking up the ball in between the lines. He has a scan as the ball is halfway to him, knowing he can turn. Now, as he opens up, notice the line he takes with the ball again. Not here, but on a slight angle. He lays the ball off and gets himself in the box and nearly gets on the end of this pass back. In the 14th minute, with a switch of play, Messi turns down the option to go into Suarez and keeps the ball safe, as Barcelona's playing style isn't quick direct play like Madrid. A few moments later, we can see Messi between the lines again, and this little detail for you midfielders. Notice how he lifts the ball through the tight gap. A pass on the floor is at risk of getting cut out. How many players would have turned down this option? Of course, there's a difference between forcing a pass that's not on and being creative here like Iniesta. As the ball comes to the other side, we see Messi constantly scanning and keeping it simple to go out the other side. On the 17th minute, we see Ronaldo recognising this space, continuing the run when Benzema gets the ball, dragging away 2 defenders. One key for Benzema here to make a good decision is recognising the defender's hip position facing this way, meaning if he were to play the ball, they can react fast. Now, look at the space here. Marcelo decides to go back to Ronaldo, who goes for the shot. Usually, the only successful shots we see in this angle are up and over the keeper to the far corner. In the 18th minute again, Messi is between lines. And this little passing phase between Xavi, Iniesta and Busquets shouldn't go missed. If Xavi or Busquets tried to go out wide on the ground, Ronaldo can easily block it and he will read it coming. But Iniesta being placed here is like a checkmate. This pass attracts Ronaldo inside more, and when the ball is bounced back, the passing lane is safely on to switch the play. Messi now coming over to get involved, scanning to see if he can turn. Turn, touch, pass, and runs back between the lines. His marker now leaves him to go to the ball, and Busquets simply finds Messi between Modric and Kroos. In the 19th minute, Ronaldo coming inside, so he's not on the same line as Rodriguez and keeps it simple. 30 seconds later, he's in a dangerous position. Perfect angle of approach, keeping both options open. He stays composed and the defender moves first. He goes inside and back down the line as the defender turns his hips and fires the ball across goal. Now Barca on the break. Messi pulls back to start Barcelona's slow build-up. 10 seconds later, he's between the lines again with Pepe threatening to follow. Messi bouncing the ball back off, potentially seeing how far Pepe will follow. And like all good strikers, Suarez reading the gap in the defence. In the 21st minute, Kroos gives the ball away, but this turn right here is done perfectly. The disguise of this touch is phenomenal. Paused here, we still can't tell what he's going to do. He reads the player's pressure, and this touch catches them both by surprise, bypassing that pressure. Notice how the touch is to this position. Messi moves the ball at the perfect moment to avoid the pressure from the side yet again, probably noticing him earlier and having this in the back of his mind when he turns. 2 fast touches to the side and gets a shot off on goal, which Ramos is so close to blocking. On the 22nd minute, Suarez curves his run to pick up speed and stay onside, and plays a perfect cross to Messi, and the keeper saves it. In the 24th minute, Messi gets a foul. Slowing down now, watching Cruz. This is his cue, a tackle is incoming. And lightning fast, he chops the ball inside, and that's a sore one. In the 25th minute, we see Suarez letting the ball run across his body whilst getting his head up. Messi now dropping deep, checking whether the centre-back is following him, and lays the ball off. Iniesta now tries to find Alves, who has an overload out wide due to Ramos now having to cover lots of space. The ball cuts out and Madrid find Ronaldo on the counter, who chops inside against Busquets' momentum, but he reads the situation well, planting his feet early. The disadvantage Ronaldo has in this situation is PK waiting ready to pounce. Usually the chop is best used with an isolated chasing defender like this, with no other defender waiting inside. In the 25th minute, Messi receives a ball in front of Madrid's medium block. Initially, we have 4 players covering this line. But Messi holding onto the ball draws one midfielder out who he faces up. Now, 3 players are covering the same amount of space. Suarez dropping in on the blind side of Modric, and Messi bursts inside and easily plays through the gap. Now Barca are out the other side. Neymar now cutting inside, and Messi on the blind side of Modric nearly gets slipped in. In the 26th minute, Messi drifts out wide. Messi initially faces up Isco to slow him down and then bursts down the line, trying to cut in front. Note, if Messi just turns and runs without facing him up, Isco has a lot of momentum and will easily get side by side. These little details give you a massive difference to give you that extra split second on the ball. Isco now getting too close, so he moves the ball away from pressure, hooking the ball back with his left foot. But this is bait. Isco plants his feet and Messi bursts down the line again against his momentum. And the cross easily goes through to Neymar, as Messi has the nutmeg effect on Marcelo, who instead of blocking the cross, shuts his leg anticipating a nutmeg. For you wingers, look at Neymar's movement. Initially on the blind side of the defender, not stood here, but just off him. Doing this makes the defender anticipate you go in here, so he needs to move this way, leaving more room now in front. At the right time, he darts in front and gets first contact. In the 28th minute, Barca go more direct. Suarez receiving out wide, and Messi makes a blindside run into the space left by the defender. He checks the oncoming defender and does an inside step over to mimic a touch down the line. He then drives inside and plays Neymar to feet. And Suarez has a good idea, but the defender spotted the danger before Neymar reacting quicker. In the 29th minute, Messi gets multiple touches. Busquets finds Messi between the lines, who doesn't check his shoulder this time, escaping from potential pressure with his first touch back through the gap. Now, spotting this player, pressing this passing lane is open. Now, look how close all the Barca's midfielders are to one another, defining everything your coach says about distances from one another. The ball goes to Busquets, and here we could say we have a 4v4. He opens up, then chops back, simply moves the ball away from pressure and finds Messi, who is free due to Iniesta's blindside run dragging Modric away. Messi now stretching his right leg to block the tackling leg. He drives forward, sensing pressure from the side and stretches to move the ball on a new line away from a potential tackle. Now Barcelona getting a crossing opportunity. In the 31st minute, Messi finds Iniesta with tons of space, thanks to Xavi making a forward run pulling away Modric. And Rodriguez can't go too far inside, otherwise he leaves a wide area exposed. Iniesta again chipping the ball to avoid the stretch leg. Messi lays the ball off and picks it up free again as Benzema goes to close down the ball. As he goes forward, we see him check his shoulder for Benzema's pressure, a body feint threatening a run through this gap, and then chops horizontally against Modric's hips. He then tries to find Xavi in the space, but is too late with the pass. In the 31st minute, Barca win a loose ball and Messi stays on the last man. Neymar's pass is too hard, and Messi has a look to see the space of his teammates' runs, dinking the ball to the back post. Pepe just cuts it out. In the 32nd minute, Ronaldo faces up Alves, touching the ball the same way as Alves' momentum before doing a step over inside, which makes him plant his feet to push off. And Ronaldo wins a corner. Here we see Ronaldo's marker fakes to go around the front and comes back to the middle and has the run on the defender. And Piqué does well to block it, but it's a question of handball here. In the 33rd minute, Madrid get a penalty from Marcelo doing an overlap. But note the timing of the pass. The player holds onto the ball and delays for a split second until Marcelo is directly on line with the defender. He doesn't play the ball as soon as he gets it. And then Piqué does a handball. Ronaldo steps up and goes the opposite way. In the 39th minute, we see some good ball protection from Messi. He turns with the ball and knocks it on an angle to nullify the pressure. When Kroos gets too close, he steps his right foot across and continues driving. Another tackle coming in, and he moves the ball away again. And then with an outside chop, spins sharply. Madrid win the ball back and find Ronaldo out wide, who gets half a yard with this step over for a cross, but overhits it. In the 41st minute, Messi receives the ball, always wanting to face up the defender, but then plays it safe. In the 42nd minute, Messi spots a big gap and watches for Suarez's movement, who sharply checks back and has one too many touches before trying to play out wide. In the 42nd minute, Ronaldo spotting Barca have the numerical advantage and doesn't force the play. In the 44th minute, Ronaldo wins the head-on without jumping, which reminds me of something Vincent Kompany said about heading. Winning a header is all about controlling the space where the ball will land. Here, Ronaldo reads where the ball will land early and stays strong, meaning he doesn't need to jump. In the 47th minute, we see Ronaldo reading the situation. Isco running in behind, dragging away the defensive mid, now leaving this zone free for Ronaldo, who intends to switch the play, but doesn't get the touch right. In the same minute, we see Messi give away the ball trying to play in Suarez. If we slow it down, we can see Messi looking up and spotting Suarez making this run. As he puts his head down, Suarez now readjusts to get the ball to feet, as Ramos begins to track the run. In the 48th minute, Madrid's fullback has the ball this high up and Ronaldo spots the space, making a blindside run. Checking his shoulder 3 times, he tries to quickly find Marcelo in a very dangerous position and Piqué just gets a blocking. In the same minute, Messi gets the ball here, drawing the defender, so now Alves has more time on the ball, who nearly finds Suarez. In the 49th minute, Messi receives a ball to feet. Instead of passing it straight back, he holds onto it, calculating whether he can make a pass to break the line. Madrid are nice and compact, so he lays the ball off. And in the same minute, Madrid make it 2-1 with a Pepe header. We can see Ronaldo starting at the back and darts to the front, leaving his marker behind, along with Ramos. Busquets, who was marking Pepe, now picks up free Ronaldo and Pepe is left for a free header. In the 52nd minute, we see amazing pressure from Madrid's centre-back. Ronaldo now dropping down to link up the plate, then spins off the blind side of both players. Benzema's run drags out Barca's centre-back, and a great first touch to go inside and a second touch to cut across the chaser. Ronaldo initially in front for the link, at the same time checking his shoulders, seeing the space. As his marker presses, he makes a blindside run into space, and the ball actually goes through the centre-back's legs. But Ronaldo was expecting it here or a little chip into the zone. And he was this close to being one-on-one with the goalkeeper. In the 52nd minute, we see Xavi, Barca's midfielder drop into the fullback role, now pushing up the fullback, drawing out Madrid's midfielder. The space left in the middle is so big we can see Modric leaving Iniesta to get across. Messi scans as the ball is coming into him and drives hard through this gap. As Modric gets close, he does a big touch to cut in front of him. As Modric slides, Messi uses his left foot, 1, to move the ball away, but 2, as a shield as well. The touch being a little too big, so he needs to stretch to try to find Suarez. In the 53rd minute, Cruz driving with the ball, dragging Iniesta out of his slot, which Ronaldo fills. Note how he's always stood side on, so we can see the full picture. He immediately takes a small touch into space and does a fake shot, raising his arm, making the defender go to block, giving him an extra second on a ball as the defender has lost his momentum from the block, before then immediately touching the ball again with this perfect weight to keep it close and get himself between the man and the ball. He finds Isco in a dangerous position and then runs back post into the space. In the 55th minute, we see another lifted pass to break the lines. Messi's controls, and instead of touching the ball on the straight line, moves in on an angle from his blind side to make it harder for the chaser, and this gives him an extra second on the ball. Neymar makes a blindside run, and Messi plays one of the most dangerous passes in football. And a great idea from Neymar to cut the ball back a little harder, and Messi could get a goal. In the 58th minute, we see Xavi cut out this pass with a stretch leg. A fake inside before playing the pass would make Xavi go inside to open up the passing lane more. As we can see, his momentum is going this way. And wingers can relate, sometimes getting the ball in these positions, you feel like no option is on. Now a bit of magic here from Xavi. He opens up his body and uses the weight of the pass to cushion the ball into space through the gap for Suarez. In the same minute, Iniesta gets the ball and cuts inside again, looking to break the line to find Messi, as Cruz is caught high. Messi receives the ball with the outside of his left foot, protecting the ball from his blind side, and tries to find Neymar again, but the pressure from Isco and Modric makes it much harder. In the 60th minute, Isco with aggressive pressure forces the two Barca players into confusion. Ronaldo showing his pace, bursting forward. First touch to turn, the second touch to switch the play. Brilliant decision making, as Madrid have numerical advantage here. Rodriguez faces a defender up, Benzema makes a blindside run and is slipped in perfectly, and a pinpoint finish off the inside of the post. In the 63rd minute, we see Messi again searching for an opportunity to break the line. The midfielder comes across to cover, more so he goes inside. Iniesta gets the ball back, now he's searching to break the line with a pass. It's not on here, so he whips the ball back quickly, the opposite direction, and plays the pass with the outside of his foot for maximum speed. But Rodriguez reads it perfectly, and the ball falls to Messi, who goes to dink the ball out wide but underhits it. In the 65th minute, Ronaldo now receives the ball in between the lines and tries to play out wide, but the pass is blocked. This touch here making it too obvious. Here he could now reverse it to Benzema as the midfielder's momentum is going this way. The play continues, Benzema dropping deep and Ronaldo exploiting the space. Benzema plays another pass through the legs. Although Ronaldo gives the ball away, this shows how good his space recognition is. He knows Piqué is out of position, and he's now dragged the other centre-back over. So he's expecting Benzema to see this also and play a fast 1-2. In the same minute, Messi does amazing to get out of this situation with the ball. He opens up, immediately touches the ball away from pressure, and now with lots of disguise, uses a stretch touch to catch Cruz by surprise, knocking the ball against his momentum, before then running around him, as Cruz has to arc his run to keep up. Now another stretch touch to the safe side, with the nutmeg effect on Modric making him shut his legs. In the 66th minute, Ronaldo picks up the ball in the half space. His second touch is again not straight, but at an angle in relation to his chaser. And then a big touch to cut in front of him. But the recovery from Alves is amazing. We see Ronaldo pointing for Cruz to be closer to slip him in, but Cruz holds back to give Ronaldo the space to cut inside and shoot instead. In the same minute, Messi gets the ball between the lines, controlling the ball with the outside of his foot to protect from the blind side again. and does a body feint to cut outside, but Pepe stretches himself amazingly and pokes the ball away. In the 69th minute, Messi easily plays to Rakitic. You could argue Ronaldo could drop here to block off the passing lane, but Madrid are a counter-attacking team. As we see, winning the ball back, Ronaldo isn't pinned back here. He's already up the pitch making a dangerous run. Modric reading the danger early, and what an interception that is. Benzema's control is great protecting the ball, a second small touch, and now he can expect a tackle coming in. So he does a surprise stretch touch into space and then cuts against the defender's momentum. Ronaldo now 1v1 with Piqué. He turns down the opportunity and plays to Benzema, who wasn't expecting it. And we can see him putting on the brakes here. But this would have been a dangerous place for Benzema to be running onto the ball. In the 72nd minute, Messi receives the ball on the edge of the box, controlling the ball and then running around the ball to get a better picture. Instead of controlling it and turning blindly, he stretches to avoid Ramos's tackle and Neymar scuffs a shot. In the same minute, Ronaldo wins the flick on and then plays the ball back safe. In the 73rd minute, Messi with a slick turn. Knowing there could be danger on the blind side, no, a recovering defender will most likely try and tackle goal side. Not this way around. And Carvajal reads a pass in the 74th minute, and what a touch by Rodriguez, who finds Benzema making the blindside run. Now we see Ronaldo coming off the defender for this pass, and here he could get a goal if the ball is played. In the same minute, Ronaldo spots the overlap, waits for the defender to stop, and then plays the ball. In the 75th minute, we see this clever run from Neymar. Coming to feet, recognising the defender has followed, and curves his run into the free space. Messi moves the ball to pass through these passing lanes, but the fullback reads the situation well. In the 76th minute, Modric anticipates a nutmeg from Neymar, so he comes inside easily, who finds Messi with a disguise pass. Fooling Cruz, he will pass the ball here. Messi controls and moves the ball against his momentum and plays out wide. In the 77th minute, we have some unbelievable play from Madrid. Benzema controls the ball and stretches to stay between the man and the ball. Ronaldo lays off the ball simply. Few defenders look at Ramos's touch against Suarez's momentum, who's trying to block off the passing lane. As he's about to play the ball, we see Modric scanning. A casual flick around the corner, playing a 1-2 with Ronaldo, and then his trademark outside of the foot pass between the centre-back and the full-back. Ronaldo now staying off the defender, so he has the run on him, and then darts to the front post area, but the ball's blocked. In the 78th minute, we see Neymar's flair with a rolling chop, the roll baiting the defender to come this way and then chopping against his momentum. Then making sure to keep his body between the man and the ball. Messi now 1v1 with Marcelo. Messi leaves the ball as bait, and this is his cue to move the ball. He stretches to keep the ball moving fast and does a fake cross against Marcelo's momentum, who tried to poke the ball away. In the 79th minute, Messi has the ball on the edge of the box and faces up the midfielder. He slows him down by being composed and then fakes a burst down the line. Now, Isco has to react as Messi has the momentum advantage. He does a body feint and then chips the ball to avoid the trailing leg. Now mimicking a fake shot with his run and his arm up, and then he stretches to poke the ball backwards before laying it off. Madrid win the ball back and Ronaldo plays in Benzema. And just look at the difference between Madrid's attack versus Barcelona's. Madrid are happy to let Barcelona have the ball and bring all the players high up the pitch. So when Madrid win the ball back, they can attack fast into all that free space. Here Ronaldo tries to play a quick ball outside, doesn't spot the defender tracking back. In the 82nd minute and towards the end of the game, Messi begins to drop deeper as Madrid are more compact, making it much harder to do anything. But he still attracts players towards him before passing the ball, leaving other men with more space. As we can see, Benzema and Ronaldo are much deeper, So this is where Barca needs some magic. Like Neymar tries here, but he gets tackled at the end. In the 84th minute, Ronaldo chipping the ball as the passing lane is blocked. And look at this class from Modric. Chest, perfect touch against his momentum, and a relaxed pass inside, oozing with confidence. In the 85th minute, again Messi being impatient and taking the ball deep, but no one is in this zone, and Busquets is stood doing nothing. He commits the defender and lays the ball out wide. On the 87th minute again, holding onto the ball, committing defenders around him before laying it off. Now there is all this space here. In the 89th minute, Ronaldo breaks with the ball and spots the defender following here, and the numerical advantage over here. Marcelo tries to play a fast one-touch pass, but gets it wrong. And lastly, in the same minute, Messi making this run. Just to show you how compact Madrid are, we have 7 players back, with only Messi making a forward run. And there we have it. It's interesting to see the difference between Messi and Ronaldo's game. And like I said earlier, that's why it's so hard to say which one is better. That being said, let's get it popping in the comments and tell me who you think is better and why. Main few things I took from this analysis. 1, more possession doesn't always mean you're the better team, which leads me on to 2, there isn't a right playing style. All playing styles can counter any other playing style and cause problems in their own way. 3, seeing how players sometimes break the lines with a chip when it's risky for the ball to go on the ground. And 4, how players protect the ball, especially when receiving the ball between the line. For example, Messi a lot of the time controlled the ball with the outside of his foot away from his blind side. It seems so simple, but I've never personally reflected whether I do this or not. Let me know what you took from this video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you've got anything from it. Remember, the only thing standing in between your current impact on the pitch and the one that you desire is small tweaks made here and there. So keep trying to notice where you're going wrong, and then analyze what the top pros do in that exact same position. And most of all, keep chasing your potential.